What's the difference between therapy and coaching? My name's Robbie. I'm a health and performance coach and a qualified therapist. So perhaps well placed to answer the question. What I can't do is speak for other coaches and therapists, and there are quite likely people who have a different way of distinguishing between the two, and I might have a different answer if you were to ask me in years to come. But right now, this is how I would explain it. And just to give you some background, I've been a coach for the best part of 20 years now, and a key part of that, and in working as a health and performance coach, I look at what I call the 5 pillars of health. So diet, exercise, sleep, downtime, and action, and helping people improve those areas to improve their health and improve their performance. Where the therapeutic side comes in is in terms of emotional and mental well-being and adding to that. And I began my training as a psychotherapeutic counsellor at the end of 2022 and qualified at the start of 2025. And since then have been in practice as both a coach and a therapist. So what's the difference? If I was to look at it simply, I would explain somebody with more of a coaching-based goal would be, they have a goal, somewhere they want to get to. We would start by looking at, where are you now? What's the distance between where you are and where you want to get to? And then begin looking at the next steps and the support throughout that process. So future-based, goal-based, very much suited to coaching. Now, therapy might be more something is happening right now that I need some help with. It might be anxiety, it might be stress, it might be bereavement, it might be pressures at work, it might be trouble in people's personal lives, and it's a situation that they want to work through. And that's where we're sitting with what's happening, and that's what we would do with therapy. But also it can be useful to look at people's pasts, life experiences, upbringing, what we would call script, and all of that can inform the way that we are handling situations that are happening right now. And that is where we'd use therapy. There's huge overlap, and I hear coaches talking about situations that sound like they're moving into therapy, and I hear therapists, or there are definite situations we talk about in therapy that are the same as coaching. So it's very much overlapping. And there will also be situations where someone is working towards a goal, and let's say that's improving health, improving fitness, improving work-life balance, for example, and their patterns are starting to present and make that difficult. So it might be relationship with food, it might be relationship with exercise, with rest, with stopping, and how people feel of stepping away from work. And that, again, is where we might look at therapy. Now, what I have found really useful is quite a fluid approach, a hybrid approach. So I do have clients who are just coaching clients, and I have just clients who are just coaching clients, but I also have clients where we have a hybrid approach. They have a goal, and we know we're working towards something, but we have the ability to bring in therapy when needed, whether that is old patterns playing out, that meaning there is a stuckness there that we need to work through, or I work with people who have very demanding lives, running businesses, huge responsibility in their work, and sitting with that, the pressure, the responsibility, the uncertainty, the anxiety, the isolation, the self-doubt, all of that can be so challenging in the here and now, and having space to just talk about how you're feeling openly, honestly, in a completely confidential space can be so useful to just let go of some of that, and in a place that feels appropriate, and with someone who isn't judging, who isn't bringing their own circumstances to the situation. So that's been really useful, because yes, someone can be goal-based and future-based, but still have life challenges that come along the way, and still have a past that starts to present itself when we're trying to make those changes. And that's where I love the ability to just bring in coaching where needs be and bring in therapy where needs be, and we can just be quite fluid and not have to be in one camp or the other. As I say, in time to come, I might have refined my approach and might give a different answer, but right now, that is how I would explain the difference between therapy and coaching. Coaching, goal-based, future-based. Therapy, something's happening right now, something from my past perhaps is informing this and I need to work through it. Any questions on any of this, please comment below. If this video has been useful, please like, and I will see you on the next one.